I say this all the time, but, you know, people talk about the golden age of burlesque, which was, you know, like the 30s and 40s. It was kind of over by the 50s. I would say now is the golden age of burlesque, because burlesque has, for the better part of 25 years, really, it's been a movement, a modern movement, but it has been a place of inclusivity and diversity. It has been in this era, and it wasn't back then. And I know, you know, I'm me. I you know, I can only be me, but one of the things that's most important to me about burlesque and what I do now is that I can tour all over the world and create the burlesque show that I think will have meaning for people. So I've always cast the show with diversity in mind, but not just because I was trying to tick a box, because I've been doing this for 20 years. It was because I found the most interesting burlesque performers had something to kind of overcome, you know, like something challenging in their lives that made you want to watch them and win. And like, you know, the most powerful performers are that, the people that work really hard at it and make it and are extremely creative. So, the show that I tour with is not like a show of pinup girls. There's just as many men in the show as women performing striptease, and, you know, as many different people as I can bring. I mean, I wish I could have a cast of 500, believe me. But, but it's like, to me, something to be able to go to the London Palladium and do 6 nights of sold out show. That's like, not something I ever expected would happen in the 90s when I was a Playboy model. That's for sure.
I think it's really incredible and super inspiring, because I just feel like, you know, as women, maybe we've been suppressed a little bit by the media of how you're supposed to be or how you're supposed to look or what you're supposed to do. And to have a role model like you who really embodies the idea of, you know, being a woman and the feminine image as well is really empowering. At least for me, it is, for sure. To find the strength in that and to be proud of that as well is really important. And I think maybe as women, we've been pushed down for too long to not allow to truly feel who we really are, and to explore also the sexual and feminine side of ourselves. Because maybe it's like been looked down on or something. I don't know. Yeah,
I feel like I've always kind of leaned into things that could be considered taboo or risque, like, I mean, striptease, obviously, or choosing to be objectified or put yourself in a position where you are objectified, or, you know, bondage and fetishism, the corset. A lot of people are very offended by the idea of putting on a corset, but I love the idea of taking these things that could be perceived as, you know, degrading or, you know, a bondage, for lack of a better word, that make you feel you can liberate that taboo by saying, I like it for this reason. Or like wearing extremely high heels, like that could be sort of seen as limiting. Like, you can't run. There's lots of things you cannot do when you're wearing very high heels, right? But by wearing them, there's a power in saying, I'm going to just I'm going to do this because it feels freeing. So, I like that. And I like the idea of making things, more friendly, playful, fun. You know,
that's
something I always
loved.
There's a real
confidence to that. Yeah.